Hello, Truth Sleuths, and welcome back to our channel, where we unravel the shocking truth behind the glamorous world of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our channel. Oh boy, do I have a juicy video for you royalty lovers today. I'm talking full-on thermonuclear eruptions of piping hot tea getting spilled all over the world's most insufferable fame-mongering narcissist. That's right. It's a moment many of you have been waiting for. Piers has finally decided to go full concrete-proof scorched earth on Meghan Markle's grifter origins. In an earthquake of a broadside that must have had the Duchess of Delusion shaking in her overpriced luxury slippers, Piers has decided to revisit the very first red flags that tipped him off about Meghan's true con artist motivations. We're talking receipts, people, documented hard evidence of this fame whore exhibiting her trademark shameless entitlement and narcissistic spectacle making from literally day one as a working royal. So now, if you haven't yet, do me a favor real quick and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Explosive content is in the pipe, so you're not going to want to miss it. So let me just transport you back to those innocent, halcyon days before the #meganarrative disorder fully metastasized into the cancerousness of entitled deception that we're all choking on now. It was early 2019, and the former Deal or No Deal thriller changer was still in relatively fresh honeymoon stages of having successfully wormed her way into the royal family's aristocratic inner sanctum. Now, any normal human being blessed with such undeserved fortune and privilege might display a touch of humility, as the world would soon witness them making such a stratospheric leap up the class and status ladder. Not Saint Meghan. No, that would never do. She was going to have her true malignant narcissistic freak flag flying high from the get-go. And it all begins right here with one of those episodes. Enter the Bananagate incident that first signaled to the world the Duchess's limitless capacity to make the cringe-o-meters jump right off the charts. First, it was announced that this visit was to be made in support of ex-sex workers who were trying to get their lives back on track. Enter Meghan, clad in some £4,000 designer getup that would otherwise feed a small village for months, but such ostentatious displays of wealth were not the most grotesque aspect of her visit. Nope. That came when the woke queen decided to spend her time making empowering affirmation messages to be penned on the donated bananas that were being distributed to the needy women. Let that embarrassing visual sink in for a second. Meghan Markle, the self-appointed mixed-race folk hero for the downtrodden and the dispossessed, swooping in to literally write pieces of fruit with self-satisfied slogans of adulation that were to be given to poor humans. That's how far out of the royal gate the woman's philanthropic knowledge and awareness was bottomed up, y'all. Not that Meghan saw anything wrong with such an overt case of patronizing racial class tourism, of course. No. In fact, she probably thought she was doing a bang-up job, literally consecrating the underprivileged with some sort of deep spiritual awakening or other New Age nonsense she was probably accustomed to using to rationalize such a travesty. How anyone could not see through this, I can't imagine, this hollow-achieved cloying sentimentality. If you had half a bone of self-awareness in your body, this would turn your stomach. What's on display here is pure evil privilege, sans authentic humanity or emotional intelligence. What was on display this week was Meghan Markle showcasing her true colors as the definition of the elite liberal cosmopolitan, a rich white woman, out of touch, cosplaying any sort of progressive for the people, who offers up token, condescending gestures from beneath her great and mighty pedestal. It's the activist spoof of every late-stage capitalist grotesquerie you already can't stand, working-class resentments to out-of-touch metro-globalizers in the first place. And what is worse, the surrounding video footage shows the callous Duchess visibly bristling when confronted with her abysmally stupid banana stunt by these people, who dared to criticize her blessed magnanimity. She staunchly defended the shameful display by doubling down on the jealousy. These women need to know they are special. Disgusting to the core. The arrogance, the delusion, and the gall to portray a pampered Hollywood millionaire and freshly minted royal, to be handed life on a silver platter, and on top of that, as morally superior to desperate sex trafficking victims fighting for the most basic dignity. Her words practically oozed with egotistical self-appreciation that she was doing these beaten-down souls a favor simply by acknowledging them long enough to scribble some meaningless slogan on their spare scraps of food. Yet despite such naked contempt being thrown in their faces, the British press and public still gave this spatially unself-aware climber infinite benefit of the doubt in those early days. Piers and others had their concerns, but few could conceive of the sheer depths of calculating malice and compulsive lying to which Meghan would eventually descend to cash in on aristocracy chic for Hollywood relevance. But you know who saw through that insufferable banana fiasco stunt from day one, don't you? Our guy Piers Morgan. He didn't mince words about Meghan's despicable antics back then, brutally dissecting her cheap charity tourism in the op-ed she's quoting now. He tears into the Duchess's callous parade of faux compassion with the same scorching honesty that earned him Meghan's eternal enmity. Was she signing her autograph, he wrote. Would she get ink on the £1,500 Oscar de la Renta dress? No, Meghan, these women are not loved, they are not special. I'd have more admiration if, when she finished up doing that cottage in Windsor, she were to open its doors to refugees. That would show these women they are loved. That would prove they're special. That's Piers delivering ice-cold, hard truth, exposing a celebrity grifter utterly unequipped to offer genuine compassion. He calls her out for her faux activism stunt of scribbling cheap token slogans on food for the oppressed while draped in outrageous designer luxury. Most significantly, however, Piers saw Meghan for what she was right from day one, a cynical grifter who appeared to have a bead on the true struggles of society's most vulnerable and voiceless class, well beyond the optics of using them as props in her over-the-top motivational speaking routines. So while the rest of the British population were still caught up in the thrall of Meghan's exquisitely crafted humble princess branding at that point, Piers already had the former deal or no deal hustler pegged. He recognized the seeds of cynical grift being planted with each increasingly blatant demonstration of malignant narcissism from this conniving social climber. He wasn't going to pull any punches in real time to keep those vulnerable from being further condescended or exploited by Meghan's delusions of woke grandeur. In that regard, Piers Morgan has pretty much been a one-man truth campaign against the seductive mythology of brand Meghan from actual year one. While native hopefuls lauded the Duchess as some racial, mixed-race, feminist trailblazer whose very existence was breaking barriers, wiser heads like Piers warned the world of her shallow, opportunistic antics, being hawked as earnest humanitarian heroism. This man lay the receipts bare, documenting her embarrassing self-parodies before they could even be photographed and focus group tested for maximum public sentimentality. So, what do you think about it? Please share your thoughts in the comments below, so let me know what you think. Stay with us and find out more shocking stories and scandalous exposures on this YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with all things the royal family. Thank you for watching. Now, we will tune you back in with some other mesmerizing stories from the royal family.